Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel, Pickleball Plug OC. So today I got another paddle review for you all. It is the RPM Friction Pro in the 16mm elongated shape. I'm going to keep this review pretty short. I'm not going to jump into any specs or weights or anything. Mostly just going to be talking about the playability and comparing it to other paddles as far as power, pop, and control go. So yeah, let's get right into it. First off, I'll compare the shape to YOLO Pro 4, which I think it's what it's supposed to be competing with. So as you can see, it's almost identical, if not identical. So the shape's very similar, and not only is the shape similar, I think overall playability is almost identical. I would say this paddle has reminded me the most of the YOLO Pro 4 Perseus specifically. The playability is almost identical. The three main things I would say is like maybe it has a touch more control, a touch more power, and more spin. And I think that mostly has to do with how gritty the surface is. But you know, that goes away after playing with the paddle for a month or two. So I don't know if that's, you know, a huge plus. The price comes in at, I believe, $250, which is competitive because the YOLO Pro 4 is $280. However, I was able to get this specific paddle for $147 shipped during the Black Friday sale that they were having. So in that case, you know, this is a much better buy than the YOLO. But let's go ahead and jump into comparing it to other paddles, starting with power. As you can see here, the power level comes in just a touch above the YOLO Pro 4, like I mentioned, and a little bit below the Luz Pro Cannon. I think that I would say it's not quite as strong as the Pro Cannon, maybe mostly because of the fiberglass layer that the Pro Cannon has, but that also makes this paddle a little more controllable, which we'll talk about in a minute. Next we have pop. So for pop, I did put this just a bit below the YOLO Pro 4. I think this one, I mean, they both don't have fiberglass layers. However, I don't know, there's something about the extra dwell you get, or I felt a little more dwell coming from the Friction Pro. Almost negligible, but I mean, it's definitely there, I think. For that reason, I put it below the YOLO as far as pop goes. All right, next we'll jump into control. As you can see, it lands, again, just above the YOLO Pro 4. I think it just has a touch more dwell, and that kind of makes it, to me, more controllable. It also has a lot of spin, like I mentioned earlier, so to me that adds to the control because a lot of the shots that I hit were dropping more, and, you know, just keeping balls in play to me equal more control. So yeah, that's the reason I put it just above the YOLO Pro 4 Perseus shape. But as you can see, it's still, I would say, a little bit below the Agassi. I feel like the Agassi has even more dwell, but less power. So it's all a trade-off. Hopefully this visual, and well, all three visuals hopefully are helpful to you in deciding, you know, what paddle you want to pick out based on where it lands, comparing it to other paddles. So yeah, that's about it for the review. I was just going to keep it short, talk about how it plays. For all intents and purposes, to me, it's a YOLO Pro 4 with a little more spin, a little more power, and a little more control. So if you're thinking of getting it, I definitely recommend it, especially if they have another sale. Like I said, I got this for $147, which is really a steal. I'm gonna keep an eye out. I'll probably pick up another one or two just to have in my bag, because for that price, you're getting, you know, YOLO level performance with a little bit of an upgrade, you know. So anyway, hope you guys find this review useful. If you did, please like and subscribe. I've been trying to grow the channel. I'm trying to get to a point where I get sent these paddles and I don't have to buy them myself, but till then I'll keep trying to get all the latest paddles and sharing my thoughts with you all. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.